morning students. Now me Sudhir Chaubey from Gyan Niketan. I am welcome you in Gyan Niketan, and now we are going to start the chapter 1 of biology of class 11. So we are going to start the biology subject of class 11 chapter 1. We know that the first unit in class 11 is the diversity in the living world, and the first chapter is the living world. So now first of all we should know about the diversity in the living world. We know that there are the great diversity in the living world. There are different kinds of organisms found in this planet. We know that about 1.8 million types of species have been identified. Some are very small, some are very large. Some lives in water, they are aquatic organisms. In aquatic also, some are fresh water, some are marine water. Likewise, some are terrestrial, some are aerial. So this was the different mode of habit, different habitats. So there is the great diversity in the living world. So in this unit we will study, we will try to know about the diversity in the living world. We know about the different kinds of organisms that found in this planet. And now we will start the first chapter of the diversity, is the diversity in the living world chapter of class 11 biology. But before to start this chapter, first of all we should know, because this is the first class of class 11 biology, we should know about the biology first of all. What is the meaning of biology first of all we should know. Actually the word biology is derived from the two Greek words, that is the bios and logos. Bios means the life or living beings, and the logos is the study or discourse. So we can say that biology is the study of life, we can say study of life, or we can say that the study of living organisms, because the word biology actually derived from the two Greek words, that is the bios and logos, and bios means the life and the logos is the study or discourse. So we can say that biology is the study of life or study of living organisms. And now before to start this chapter, a little bit also we should know about the different branches of biology. There are different branches of biology. For example, biology includes that is the botany. Botany, this is the study of plants, that we study about the plants. Likewise the zoology, this is the study of animals. So likewise microbiology, study of microorganisms. So these are the three main branches of biology that we will study. So biology can be classified into different branches. That is the study of plants, that is we call the botany, and the study of animals, that we say the zoology, a study of microorganisms, that we say the microbiology. Besides this, there are also many branches of biology. First of all, to study the biological world, to study the living world, first of all what we should do? First of all we should first identify any organism. Then we give our name, scientific name of that organism, that is called the nomenclature. Likewise, then we classify that organisms in different groups, because there is the great diversity in the living world. If we try to study all these organisms one by one, it will be very difficult to learn all the organisms. So that's why the classification is very important, and in classification we keep the different organisms in different groups on the basis of their similarities and dissimilarities. So from the one group we can study one representative that helps to know about all the organisms of that group, because they have the common characteristics. So that's why there are the different branches of biology. So to understand the biology, there are the different terms first of all we should know, like the taxonomy. In the taxonomy we study the identification. Then nomenclature, and then classification. So these are the things that first of all important to learn the living world or diversity in the living world, because to learn the living organisms, first of all identification is essential. First of all we should identify organism. After identification, give them a scientific name. Then we keep that organism in the different groups on the basis of their characteristics. So without taxonomy, how to study the diversity in the living world? So first of all, taxonomical study is very important, means their identification, their nomenclature, their classification, and this taxonomical study helps us to know about the diversity in the living world. Likewise, after identification, after nomenclature and classification, we can study their morphological characters. Morphology means a study of their form, their structure. So, or we can say that morphological study is the simply study of external structure of living organisms. So first of all identification, then their nomenclature, then classification, then we do their morphological study, means their form, their shape, size, their structure. So morphological study is simply the study of external structure in which we study their form, their structure. Likewise, after morphological study, we can study their anatomical study, means the study of their internal structure. So anatomical study also we do, but question is how to study the anatomical structure. The anatomical structure we can do after dissection of that organism, because how to study internal structure from outside? So it needs the dissection of the living organisms, and after dissection we can see their tissues. So a study of tissues is called the histology. That is the histological study we can do. In this we can study their tissues. Then cytological study means a study of their cells. So in this way we can study one step by step in this diversity in the living world. First of all we identify the living organism, then give a scientific name, nomenclature, then keep that organism in the groups so that it makes us easy to understand all the living organisms. After that we study their external structure, that is the morphological structure. Then we study their internal structure, means anatomical structure. But how to study the anatomical structure? So it needs the dissection. After dissection we can study the tissues, structure of tissues, that is called the histological study. Then we study their cells, because the tissue is the group of cells. So cytological study we do. Likewise, there are the different kinds of study, like the physiological study we can do. In physiological study we can study the working of organs, or we can say that the life processes. So we can study their life processes or working of organs. So after this study, it makes us easy to understand the living organisms. So now the living world, to know the living world, first of all we should know what is life, what is living. So what is living or what is life is very broad term. We cannot define in single sentence this what is living or what is life. So how to define this, how to know about what is living? So we can only know about the living on the basis of their characteristics, because in the living organisms they have some special, some distinct characteristics that make them different from the non-living things, and on the basis of that characteristics only we can define or we can decide whether something is alive or whether something is not alive. So in the next class we will study the first characteristics that you can see in your book also in NCERT. The first characteristics of living beings is given, the all living organisms grow, and that, so we will discuss that topic, what are the characteristics that found in the living organisms that make them distinct or differentiate from the non-living objects. So in the next class we will study the characteristics of the different living organisms. First characteristic will be all living organisms can grow.